USAID goes boom. And a trip around MAGA world. WorldNetDaily Live starts right now.
About my job, I want you to tell me I'm good at what I do.
You're obviously good at what you do.
Then why are you always ripping on me?
Oh, I understand the confusion. No, I have never said that you are not good at what you do. It's just that what you do is not worth doing.
That was great. That was great. Josh, I didn't know you were a big fan of the Big Bang Theory. That was pretty funny.
I'm actually not, but I did see this and I thought, oh, this is hilarious. We had to put this in the show.
Yeah, no, that was perfect. And that's exactly what's going on out there, folks. Welcome to the program, everybody. It's the Friday show, and we want to have your comments coming in. We want to go crazy today because USAID, I mean, this is like the biggest, this is a huge scandal, right? I mean, it almost feels like we knew this was going to happen, but now it's happening. Look at this over at worldnetdaily.com, folks, WND.com. Billions of dollars of misappropriated at USAID with kickbacks to the Biden family. I mean, we're at the tip of the iceberg on this thing, Josh, right? This is incredible.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to unravel this USAID thing. This is just many of the giant armatures of the deep state that are going to be cut away. And we're just at the beginning, just starting to get into it. And we're happy to cover all of that here today with you guys.
Yeah, and our producer, one of our producers tweeted out here. We gotta throw this up here. My internet is lagging. I can't even get stuff to load. So it's like, is that your problem too?
I'm seeing the lag too.
You're seeing it? Okay. Well, we'll struggle through it. She asks, what even is USAID and what branch of government do they fall under? There's so many contracts, so many ties going everywhere from the Clintons. You got Kerry, you got the Bidens. I mean, this is a giant. I'm gonna say what I think it is. It's a giant slush fund for the leftist movement, for this global leftist movement, right, Josh? I mean, that's what.
Yeah,
that's what it all just seems like.
Yes, Matt, we're coming to the reality of seeing all of this. That, you know, over the years, they came up with this idea to put money into development of other nations. But to do that, they were going to use NGOs, non-governmental organizations, ironically funded by the biggest governmental organizations. But it's a sinister idea. And it comes from, I feel like it comes from like the corporate idea of contractors. But let's take government money and give it to a group of people that then politically align with us and benefit the power structure. Don't question it either, and get paid. And this is everybody. This is everybody, including, as we'll cover. I mean, maybe some of the most glaring thing that will make people mad is like Hillary Clinton and Chelsea Clinton paying themselves. But this is how the left operates. They create these big NGOs that do things like fight climate change or whatever, right? They do that, and the NGO is really just paying itself. And then, you know, immediately when government officials leave government, they do this game too. And the craziest thing is that it also paid for NGOs to politically protect itself. So, which we've covered that in other shows, but you know, the funds were so varied that, like, you find out that one of the funds was used to pay prosecutors to then go after Trump. So yeah, this is it looks like Matt dipped out for a minute. He'll come back in. Yeah, this is a crazy thing that we're going to dig to the bottom of it, thanks to our friends at Doge. Here you see, I think can we zoom in on this a little? Enhance. This is another list of the crazy waste, which includes, we've probably heard by now, Sesame Street for people in Iraq, which $20 million for that. And so one way to understand this is people saying, hey, look, we want our interest as a nation to be put into these other countries. But it starts to look strange when it's transgender concerts in Venezuela. And we'll get into why that is. But as we start the show today, we're gonna first go to this WorldNetDaily article. Oh, did we already pull that up? We did. See, I'm all lost when Matt's not here. So let's go.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, Matt, welcome back.
Sorry, Josh. Holy cow, the USAID. I need some more of that USAID over here, big guy. Can I get some more funding? Where's those Politico dollars?
I know.
I don't know what's going on over here, but we'll see if we can steer this ship in the right direction. I apologize, my friend.
Yeah, no problem. Let's see. Let's go to, I'm just going to pop here. 4 billion went to Haiti. Let's check image 3. So let's see if we can get a little closer on that. I'll zoom in on my end. So $4 billion went to Haiti, but only 2% actually got to Haiti. The rest went to firms in DC. So this is the classic nonprofit NGO game. They get a lot of money, but what percentage of that money goes to operations? Okay, and a lot of times operations involves the CEO making $1 million or more. And so when we talk about this, now I've been hearing about this for years, right? But I never realized that there was this overall organization, USAID, and USAID was the organization that was paying out all of these NGOs. And it got to be so effective that NGOs became political weapons. And so while they're feeding starving children in Africa or offering medical services, anti-AIDS services in Africa, at the same time, they are also properly weaponized against their enemies in this case being normal Americans, it turns out. And the Democrats are furious because they're losing their favorite money laundering machine. And so we could see clip 2 here. We'll watch a little bit of that.
You didn't create USAID. The United States Congress did for the American people. And just like Elon Musk did not create USAID, he doesn't have the power to destroy it. And who's going to stop him? We are. We're going to stop him.
Matt, it's so funny because
Elon Musk, you may have illegally seized power over the financial payment systems of the United States Department of Treasury, but you don't control the money of the American people. The United States Congress does that. Under Article 1.
Right. So amazingly, that's Jamie Raskin, by the way, talking about the Congress. One of the least approved arms of government. Congress is constantly getting disapproval in the polls by the American people. So Jamie Raskin, if you remember Jamie, we covered Jamie a little bit before the election in November. Jamie was famous for saying, we'll stop Trump any way we can, including we won't certify the election. He was saying crazy stuff that we would be accused of being conspiracy theorists, right? If we said that. So the same guy, they always push him out there and says he has to say that everything he doesn't like is illegal. Totally untrue. A duly elected president has now taken power and has executive authority to tear down these organizations. But and I think this is just like one domino in the first line to collapse, and they're obviously freaked out because it's already revealing the corruption, self-dealing, money laundering, and essentially how they paid themselves, and all of this by the American taxpayer, you guys. So, which is horrendous. We knew it was bad. We didn't know it was this bad. So clip 3 here, we'll play that and I'll give you some commentary. Okay, so so this is a climate proof classroom built in Pakistan. Okay, so essentially it's a dirt floor facility. This guy's saying that they're not even used. And that program, okay, you ready for this? Let's jump out of this clip. That program was around $159 million. Okay, so a fair person would say, was this actually for an actual cause, or is it just a way to funnel money into Pakistan, right? Because we want to support our interest in Pakistan. And this is like a strange thing to explain to a normal person, an average person. You go like, look, we have interests in Pakistan. It's easy for a normal person to say, I don't care about Pakistan. And I mean, that they're kind of right. What we'll show later in the show here, we'll have commentary from Mike Benz. Had a great video, a long stream he released where he kind of puts this into sobering context and what it actually means internationally, and we'll go into that. But before that, let's see which clip is this? This is 4. No. Oh, this is new. Okay, I need to actually see it. Okay, so breaking USAID signs are now being removed from the offices. And oh my gosh. So not only are they in there cleaning house, they're removing signs, which would tell us that they're going to name it something else, or they're going to switch all operations that it does to something else. And see, this is actually the big question, is what are they planning to do with the things that USAID does that maybe we could think are decent, right? So are we at the phase where we throw everything out? And the American people are upset enough that would make sense. But we're trying to figure out if we're at that phase now, or if there's something in the middle. And it's entirely possible that the organization known as USAID is going to be completely renamed or dismantled, and those elements are going to be sent to new agencies. That's entirely possible. So we are going to find out. But until then, we have our friend Elon Musk we have Elon to thank as he heads this up. Here's a funny tweet that dropped. This is the president plus Tucker Carlson and Elon wearing these like oversized MAGA hats, which is kind of like a funny meme that keeps going. And this is actually some kind of news where we saw that Tucker Carlson was at the White House recently with Elon. Anytime this is happening, we know and should expect that something is in the works. And at the rate that the news is coming in now, I can't even imagine what it is. But I can guess that by Monday, we're going to have something amazing for you to see. All right, next up, we're going to go to an article over at WorldNetDaily. So this article, I'm going to pop it open here. 1 second, guys. Over at WorldNetDaily, we have this article: Trump signs order banning trans women from women's sports. And true to his word, President Trump has changed the official definitions back to male and female. The government will only recognize those as official definitions. And we have this video to show you of Trump signing the order that only male and female will be in sports now.
Gather around me. I think I'm going to be okay. Come on. Come on. Secret Service is worried about them. If we have to worry about them, we have big problems. Okay, do you want to do this? Watch what I do, and then I'm going to give you some pens, okay?
I'm going to give you.
Ready? What a nice picture this is, huh, Governor? You ready? We'll do a good job. Wait, let me press that. I want to make this a really good signature because this is a big one, right? Oh, I think we have a 10. We have a 10.
God bless you, Mr. President.
Matt, I saw a comparative video where Biden is smelling all the kids' hair.
Pretty good, huh? Okay?
Yeah, this is great stuff, Josh.
Right? Nice to see you all. Great going, everybody. Nice to see you.
I mean, that's so awesome. It's so awesome. And you know what's great, Josh, and I, again, apologize for my connection, but you know what's great about this? I've seen so many people say online, like, oh, the NCAA, there's only like a half a dozen or 2 dozen, transgender athletes in here. This isn't just about the NCAA. Like, that's just one sporting organization. We're talking about high schools, junior high schools. I mean, look at the young girls that were all in there. I mean, these are people that are like, they're headed towards that direction where they're going to have, they could have potentially had been competing against boys and men. I mean, this is such a huge moment. It's such a huge moment. And that scene right there was so beautiful. And
absolutely.
And like you say, the juxtaposition between that and seeing Biden surrounded by that would have been just like, woo, creepy. What is this here?
Even in now the NCAA has announced that they're going to essentially reverse their prior policy of insanity and go back to the idea that it's males and females.
Yeah, that's what it says right there in item I, competition. A student athlete assigned male at birth, which is still stupid language, right?
Right.
Assigned male at birth may not compete on a woman's team. Fantastic.
And I thought, Matt, that when all of that insanity was going on in the last few years, I thought for sure that we would see the bold and brave feminists come forward and fight this good fight. And they were MIA on like a 6'7" dude in a bikini or in a bizarre lumpy swimsuit swimming with girls. They were totally mute on it. And the guy was winning awards and everyone was just acting like it wasn't a thing. And so just goes to show, even the hardcore ideologists like feminists were just they were powerless before this insanity that took over our nation. And it seems to be clearing up. God willing, it will.
Yes, 100%. And I think I think there was also a New York Times poll that came out that it said that support for men in women's sports basically was 18%. So that is you're on the fringe, folks. If you're fighting for this, you're the extremist. You're on the fringe. It was a New York Times poll, Republicans, Democrats, Independents. And when you put them all together, 18% were in support of that madness. So you guys, you're on the fringe. There's no doubt about it. You guys can kick and scream all you want, but we're going to protect our young girls. So that's great. And there's Trump's tweet or post on X and True Social, or whatever, talking about how the NCAA has changed their policy. Men should never be allowed to compete against women in the first place. But I was proud to be the president to save women's sports. I mean, this guy's I love how he just runs with the victories, right?
Absolutely, yeah. He has the right to take a victory lap on this kind of stuff because Yeah, like we were just living in this world of delusion so long. It feels good. The sun's coming out.
And, I also want to give a personal shout out because we live here in Idaho, and Representative Barbara Ehart, she's an Idaho state legislator, and she was the tip of the spear with this. Idaho was the first state to take a stand against men in women's sports, and she ran that bill, and she got it through and got it all the way to the governor's desk to sign it. And then she's been on tour for like the last 2 years with Riley Gaines, touring the nation, testifying in front of other legislatures, going to Capitol Hill on this issue. And so it's great to see that President Trump delivered on his promise there too. So really, really great to see.
Absolutely.
Okay. Get me up to speed here, Josh.
Clip 5. Let's play this.
I fought for her.
And I fought for her.
I fought for her.
For her. For her.
For her.
I fought for her.
For her.
We fought for her.
And President Trump
Has fought for all of us.
For us.
He fights for us.
Fought for us.
President Trump fought for me. For us.
For us.
For us.
for us. For us.
I'm so grateful that President Trump has fought for us.
Take it. Take that victory lap. This is the kind of stuff. This is the other thing too. This is the kind of stuff that you would see. What do I want to call it? Like this kind of marketing, right? Is the stuff that you would kind of see in the Obama days, Yeah,
but it was bonehead too, though. Back then, right?
Absolutely. But they tried. But this is the type of things that they wish they could have. They wish they could have made, with issues that really mattered, right? And here it is in the hands of Trump and the Republicans, and they're just knocking it out of the park,
Back in the Obama days, Matt, it was a black and white a video of celebrities staring right into the camera, saying like really obvious dumb stuff like "vote," right? But that that you should get out and vote for freedom. But what they only meant vote for them, or they would be like racism or something so dumb that how did we fall for it for so long? And they'll still try it. They're still in their little bubble, but it's laughable now. We used to all sit back home and just kind of go like, I don't agree with that. And then there was a point where they like, you would sit at home and you'd be angry later, right? Like I'm sick of hearing this. And now we're at the third phase, just laughing out loud and dismissing it.
I praise Jesus Christ every day.
Yeah, it's true.
Like, when you have truth on your side, Josh, I mean, that's the thing. When you're looking at this common sense world or not a common sense world, but you have common sense and you can right the ship. I mean, it's fantastic. Here's another no-brainer right here. I will be signing an executive order next week ending the ridiculous Biden push for paper straws, which don't work. Back to plastic. I mean, honestly, paper straws, right? I mean, we lived in California. We've been to these municipalities, New York. They banned straws. Like that was the greatest thing that we had to do for humanity was ban plastic straws.
It started with same-sex marriage and it culminated in plastic straws, Matt.
It was a slippery slope indeed.
The slippery slope led to some drinks spilling all over us and milkshakes being impossible.
Yeah. And the plastic bags, right? Plastic bags in the shopping at the grocery store.
Oh, yeah.
Like when I remember when I would leave Los Angeles after that and I'd go somewhere else and they'd ask me if I want paper or plastic. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah, if people don't know, like it was almost exclusively paper bags in California, but even in some stores where they were like, "Did you bring your own bag today?"
Oh,
sir?
yeah, if you didn't have, you didn't even have.
That was a big one.
Well, I got like this, yeah.
Yeah, you're a good citizen if you have like 7 giant bags of your own.
Yeah, and Josh, I'm old enough to remember here. You can tell by the gray. I remember when plastic bags were the answer. They were the answer.
That's how you save trees.
That's how you save trees. Don't get paper bags, get plastic. And it was like, oh, save the trees, right?
Yeah.
So I've caught on to this. We've all caught on to this nonsense, man. It's all nonsense. It's all
can't
nonsense.
Fool me. As George Bush said, fool me. You're not going to fool me.
Yeah, yeah. And so then you just kind of go, well, what's next, right? What's next? I think we know what's next. Maxine Waters, I think, knows what's next.
Yep.
Play this clip. Are we going to play it?
Yeah. Clip, be quiet.
So she's in front of the Department of Education.
Yes. So, okay. So the next target, right? Where are they heading next, Matt? Where's the next?
Where's that meme
giant
with
money?
The Reaper meme. We need the Reaper meme.
Yeah, the door kicking meme. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna try to play this again.
Tell us your name. Give me that ID again.
Showed you the ID. I showed it to you.
So what?
I showed you the ID.
You do what?
I showed you the
Who said what?
Huh? No. Will someone else ask him for the ID? Will you ask him for it? He won't let me see it again.
Please get Grandma home.
Look them in the eye. Come on, hold your face up. Look at him. Let him see you. This is him. Look at it. What's your name? Tell us your name. Give me that ID again. You do.
They don't know what to do. The Democrats don't know what to do, Josh.
So for context, everybody, if you didn't notice, this is the Democrats trying to meet with the current Secretary of Education, right? Because they're trying to get. We know that this must about to be really going to affect their pocketbooks because they know exactly where to go, right? First, they're out in front of USAID. Now they're in front of the Department of Education building. And this guy, we don't know who he is. He's just been told, don't let him in. And so he's just standing there, stoically. He doesn't look like an official security guard or anything, but he's like, no, you're not coming in. And they're powerless before him. These great leaders of ours, Maxine Waters, maybe the dumbest person in all of government. Can't even hear the poor guy. She's so,
Huh?
She's so, yeah. Huh?
You did what? You did what? Yeah,
perfect.
it was amazing. It was amazing. We did it. We got through Friday. And we have that clip. We knew there was going to be more shenanigans from the Democrats, and
totally.
She totally delivered on the last day of the week.
So this is we're at this point now where the Democrats, they're trying to react, but nothing's sticking, right?
Yes.
And remember, what we know about them is the left is so good at narrative building, or at least they used to be.
They used to be. Well, they got a lot of money to do that in all the newspapers. Yeah.
Yeah, we paid them to do it. We paid them to attack us. And so they're looking left and right. Like, where are the levers of some accusation, some lie, frankly, that will stick, right? And it's amazing because, genuinely smart people think this stuff up. And their latest one, not very smart. They got to use their publication of record to create an image, and that's Time Magazine. And
incredible.
Look how smart they are, Matt. Scary red image of Elon as the president.
Yep, that's been their narrative. They say Elon is the president.
Right.
It's incredible.
Elon's the president. That's their talking point. Hey guys, if you're watching, I hope you're watching. I hope that some folks that don't like what we're saying will watch the show. Does this do you, when you watch CNN and they show you this image, do you nod your head and go, yes, Elon president now? Do you do that? Is that what you think? Is that working for you?
I don't know if it will work for them. It's working for some of them, obviously, because it got past that and it's on the cover.
The 18%, right, Matt?
But Josh, I could have sworn that Trump was the biggest threat to humanity ever. I thought it was just enough to have Trump behind the desk.
Yeah.
But apparently it's not, because he's so popular. What he's doing, he's so popular that you have to put Elon Musk behind the desk. But last I checked, Musk is also very popular. They have nothing. They have nothing, Josh.
Yeah.
They have absolutely nothing. If Trump is Hitler, then is Elon just Satan? Is that the thing? But they don't believe it. They worship Satan, so he can't be Satan. So I don't know what's next. Genghis Khan? I don't know.
So we'll get into this in the next. Well, let's jump to image 9, and then we'll come to that next part. Oh, we have a.
Well, the clip from
judge
Trump.
The effectiveness of your actions by the reaction of your opponents. Of course, yeah, it's a great point.
Absolutely.
That's
but what
a great
about?
point.
But Trump was asked about the Time magazine cover. We got to watch that. Is that where you're gonna go to?
Yeah, is that what we have up? Yeah, we'll show that.
Mr. President, do you have a reaction to the new Time magazine cover that has Elon Musk sitting behind your resolute desk?
タイムマガジンにイーロン・マスクが大統領の机の後ろで座っている写真がありますけども、それに関するコメントは何かありますか?
Waiting for the translation.
Is Time magazine still in business? I didn't even know that.
The Trumpism. Does this question their validity whole cloth?
So good. So good.
It is great. Okay. So yeah. So we need to do some ad reads, Matt. Guys, I know you've been dying for the ad reads.
Oh yeah. Well, what do we got up next? I'm sorry. I'm so off kilter today.
Let's do Patriot Mobile.
Yes, Patriot Mobile, folks. Do you know this QR code that's over there? You see that QR code? You scan that QR code, and you can free yourself from the clutches of the big wireless networks, the ones that don't believe what you believe in, and you can still have great coverage. PatriotMobile.com/WNDPatriot. Get yourself over there fast. They are the only Christian conservative wireless provider out there. They guarantee coverage, and you know that when you're spending your money with them, that they turn around and they donate a portion of that to causes that you and I care about. So head over to PatriotMobile.com/WNDPatriot. Use the promo code WNDPatriot. That helps our program stay on the air, which is great. So this is a win-win-win all around, everybody. Scan the QR code, hit the link in the description, and free yourself from the clutches of the dark wireless providers. Very good. Okay. All right. Now we got that out of the way. What do you got for me, Josh? What's the next?
So next, I mean, we need to have a real conversation about where we are vulnerable on the right and what Trump is doing. Accusations like Elon, the boss, not going to stick, stick at all. They'll, of course, hunt for anyone that they can label racist and try to remove them from this process of cleaning out the government. But there's a real element that we're going to show here in the next clips that Mike Benz addresses. Mike Benz has just been the leader in helping the American people understand how the deep state works. He calls it the blob. But there's a real threat that when the U.S. aid is starting to be removed, the enemies of this effort will go cherry pick the worst possible images to essentially manipulate the American people, who are good folks, to say, like, look what we're doing. It'll be guaranteed like crying, starving children or something along those lines. And we will not be able to tell if that's a real casualty of U.S. aid being taken down. We won't really be able to tell that. And so we need to be prepared that this will be the next weaponization, and it'll actually play on the goodwill of American people. Mm-hmm. And what we will need is real news sourcing to see if that is true or not. But so let's let Mike explain some of this to us
this week and celebrate a totally awesome, world historic, one of the first times in American history, and maybe the most serious time in American history, that the blob has ever had to answer to the people who fund its existence. I mean, obviously there are other examples, the church committee hearings in the 1970s, some of the punches in the gut that it's gotten the other, but the full closure of an entire agency.
Yeah, so I'll kind of give us a little bit of context each time. So Mike's saying that Mike's saying that this has not happened at this scale before. And it's going to continue, I think. But what he's getting at is we should be prepared. We should not be like just, stoked. Awesome. We're going to close it. We need to be smart about it. Right. And in this next clip, he'll talk about that this is a big deal. There's a lot of things attached to this. It changes our geopolitical game plan, and people may not understand what that is. We will talk about it after we watch this next clip.
He set the stage a minute here, which is that I feel the weight of history. I feel the tremendous implications on the impact of every country around the world, and especially our own country. Like, the reason there's a sort of somber tone to this stream, and that I'm not, singing, dancing, like my usual, like, high energy, happy, sort of a little schizo, a little all over the place, like, is because I feel the weight of history on this, and I know that every country on planet Earth will be impacted by this.
So, Matt, I think the way I'd like to kind of explain this to folks, and if you already understand it, please forgive me, is so Mike Benz is describing open heart surgery, and the patient is this representative of our country, but also many other nations. And what we need to understand is that the arteries of this patient had the lifeblood of American money flowing through it, but these arteries were corroded, plaque-filled, and jaundiced. And that was the state of this thing, as this kind of idea that we will flow money and influence into the other nations of the world for control, for our own interest. But that's coming to an end now. And there will be a major moment here. He's using the metaphor of open heart surgery because the patient can die, right? So this will open the opportunity for even terrorist cells. I mean, terrorist cells, like it's the big boogeyman, but to develop in nations, power will likely change in other nations. And we need to be prepared for that because we're at the end of some kind of cycle. Maybe some people call it the fourth turning, but we're at the end of that now. And America is withdrawing from, pulling back out of this patient that's on the operating table now. And we may operate again in a way that will be more precise, but never again will we have this just giant, outgrowth into the patient, cancer, if you want to call it that, right? It won't happen again like this. And so what does that mean? That means we should expect dramatic things coming, and we should not be surprised, and we should be ready that our enemies will use it against us to say, you should have never done this.
Yes, I couldn't agree with you more. And I think we should never, ever forget how big a deal the pandemic was, because, and I don't necessarily mean like, oh, how devastating COVID-19 was. I'm talking about that this was the first time in world history that something happened where the entire world, the entire civilized world and parts of the uncivilized world were all on the same page, experiencing and having to go through the same surgery, right? The same. It was probably the same accident. Like, we all got hit by a train, right? Mm-hmm. And now the surgery is happening, like the repair is happening. But it was the first time in world history, and that's biblical. I mean, the last time something like that happened was the Great Flood, right? And God said, I ain't going to flood the earth again. I ain't going to do that again.
Yeah. Thankfully.
But I'm perfectly capable of doing something else. And what it did was open the eyes of a lot of people. It opened the eyes of a lot of people. And so I look at that from, a very 50,000 foot view of that COVID, the pandemic. it really had huge impact on an entire world all at once. And as we come out of that, what you just described, what Mike Benz is describing here about this open heart surgery, and that it's happening within our own country at this point, and you've seen it happen in various other places, Argentina, El Salvador. You see it happening in Eastern Europe and the bloc and all that stuff. Like it really is. It really there is something happening. Call it the fourth turning, whatever you like to say. The pendulums, all that stuff.
Yeah,
it's on. It is on. And if I saw the guy on the corner with the sign that said "The end is near," Jesus is coming, you better clean up the room. Like, I think we're there.
Something's we're getting to see like generational change in just a matter of weeks.
Yeah,
it's profound.
Yeah, absolutely, really good. Okay, well, can we throw up the newsroom?
Yeah.
Let's do that. So, folks, if you already are a Patriot Mobile subscriber, you're like, but I still want to support the show. You go here. Scan the QR code. It'll take you to the WND News Center where you can donate directly to the program here and help keep us on the air. In fact, if you were to donate like the USAID donates, this could be a Monday through Sunday show. I mean, this could be like all week long, 24/7. You never know what kind of mad genius Josh Turnbow is thinking up in his head about the potential for all this. But that's how you would do it. You'd support the show directly by scanning the QR code there, or hit the link in the description, and it'll take you right over where you can donate any amount. You can become a monthly donor, bi-weekly donor, a daily donor, whatever it is. One time is great enough too. So support WorldNetDaily Live by heading over to that QR code or hit the link in the description. Very good, Josh. All right.
Awesome.
So it's the Friday show. I always love the Friday show. We had the funny clip at the top. So we can't share anything funny at the bottom.
How about this, Matt?
Yeah.
Do you remember that it is Super Bowl weekend is coming up? See,
I used to be a huge sports fan, Josh.
Yeah, I know. Me too, man. Like Super Bowl was always a thing. And I'm going to say that politics is almost completely drowned it out.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of amazing.
However, I heard that President Trump will be attending the Super Bowl, and he will be the first president to ever attend a Super Bowl. Which
he's going to be there? Oh, man.
That's what
awesome.
I heard. Yeah. And I don't think that has ever happened. And I'm actually kind of surprised that that's never happened. Even if you think back to like the 60s and the 70s, even the 80s, like Reagan never went to a Super Bowl. It's very, very fascinating. George Bush, right?
Man. I just get nervous, Matt. I just want him to stay in the White House.
I know. But you probably also saw Sum of All Fears as well. There's that moment.
Oh, is the president visiting in that movie?
Yeah, he's at the.
No! Oh no! Oh, that's right. Ben Affleck's in that. That's
right.
Tom Clancy novel.
Tom Clancy novel, exactly.
And they made a movie. Not a great movie, by the way.
No, I liked it. I thought it was a good.
Oh,
movie.
you did?
Oh yeah.
Maybe it's worth a watch again.
I think out of everything that's going on in our world, it would be worth a watch. Yeah.
I don't like that plot line at all, Matt. I don't like that at all, dude. I don't want the president to expose himself by being at giant public events. By the way, if the president's going to be there, man, it's going to be impossible to get in and out.
Oh my goodness.
Dude,
oh yeah.
Impossible.
Yeah. I never even want to go to a Super Bowl anyway because of all that madness. But now that he's going, it's going to be even worse. But I might tune in. I might tune in at least for that. I checked out of football a while ago, man. It got too wild for me. But if you had to take the Eagles or the Chiefs, we might as well make a prediction. Who do you take?
Man, I apologize to any Eagles fans. I don't like the Eagles and their fans at all. I've never met one that was nice. And if you are, I apologize. And I don't even really like the Chiefs, but the Chiefs over the Eagles any day.
Really? Wow.
Oh yeah.
Wow. You're like you and everybody in Kansas City. That's it. Everybody else hates the Chiefs, man. They're done. They're tired.
I mean, they've been winning a little too much, and then there's all the garbage with Swifties and the fake boyfriend thing. I could care less about that. But bro, the Eagles, man. You ever dealt with those folks? You know, the Philly. Oh my gosh. Not fun people.
I remember they used to they used to hide batteries and snowballs and throw them at players.
Dude,
in the 80s,
yeah. They're going to riot even if they win.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
Well, we'll keep eyes on Philly and we'll do that. What's this here? What do you got for us?
Breaking?
It's just funny. Oh, she's look at that. Great producer finding funny stuff.
Let's go, Alex. Yes. I can't even read what it says, Matt.
Oh, you know your journalism career is over when JD Vance looks at you like this.
Is he giving that reporter the look?
Oh, yeah. That's got to be Caitlin Collins, right?
Ah, that's funny. That's Benny Johnson. That's really funny.
That's really good.
Subtle.
Great. All right, folks. Well, I guess that's it for us. Make sure you're following us over on Rumble because it's really important. If you're on YouTube or Facebook and you're watching us, that's great. But keep a backup account over on Rumble. Just and then hit follow. You gotta hit that follow and alert button, right, Josh?
Absolutely. I'm just taking a picture of my daughter putting up a sign while we're doing the live show. Yeah, guys, you gotta follow on Rumble because we got to get those numbers up. Matt, you said the C word in this show, so guaranteed YouTube's gonna block it. Guaranteed. Also, guys, please follow us over on X. All of this stuff breaks on X and our Facebook. Hey, Facebook folks, we're putting all the clips over on Facebook too, and getting a lot of folks watch on Facebook. So we really appreciate that, and hope everybody has an amazing weekend. Hope you have fun with family watching the Super Bowl. And it is a great American pastime. It's going to be awesome if Trump is there. So looking forward to that. Maybe the commercials will be a little less gay than usual. Also looking forward to that.
I heard Carl's Jr. is bringing back the hotties.
Yeah, they're getting back to the idea that women are attractive. Who would have thought? Who would have got us this far?
Yeah, very good. Well, thank you so much for your prayers. I saw some prayers at the top of the show. That was really awesome.
Yeah.
You could tell we definitely needed that today, at least on my end. All right, Josh. It's good to see you, my friend. Have a great weekend, everybody. God bless.
Hey, we'll be back Monday.
Yes.
All right. Thanks, guys.